Cowles NBL action proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. Kia ora, talofa. Welcome along to Cowles Stadium. The Canterbury Rams hosting the Wellington Saints. And this matchup again, very, very intriguing in the NBL for what these two teams can offer. The Saints aren't what you think they are with their record. Now they seem to be at full strength with Xavier Cooks arriving, and the Canterbury Rams are decimated by their starting five with illness. Casey Frank.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate time for the Rams to be hosting the Saints team that is on the up, finally full strength. But is it the right combination of players? It's going to not take very long to find out. And what the Rams do with being so short-handed today, it's going to be interesting to see who picks up that slack and really who Judd Flavel leaves up for 44 minutes.
And let's have a look at the NBL ladder. To make our way, we navigate through round 6. You see the Rams in fourth, a 4-3 record. The Saints, after getting the win over the Jets last round, they are up to 1-4. But you can see how congested it really is. Not a lot of Otravin's going to get through the nasal passages of that ladder there, Casey. And remember, the top 6 teams make the playoffs, so there is a fight there with those 4 teams to try and get into that 6th spot. It's going to be intriguing to say the least. Here's what is remaining as we make our way through the midpoint of round 6. We're on the call tomorrow afternoon, late afternoon. Hawke's Bay hosting the Tuatara, the Hawks, looking for another win. They had a very exciting win over the Rams. More on that later in the game. The Nuggets and the Giants, that will be a fascinating game in Dunedin. And the Bulls and the Jets, as Casey pointed out pre-game, someone has to get a win. Jets on the road, improving with their roster additions of imports, and here's the starting 5 for the Saints. And as you can see, Xavier Cooks, number 10 from the Sydney Kings. And it'll be interesting to see how he performs. He was the finals MVP of the NBL Grand Final Series, and Guy Malloy will welcome him straight as he arrived this week into the starting 5. And Guy Malloy spoke earlier about the addition of Xavier Cooks.
So here with Guy Malloy, head coach of the Wellington Saints. Reinforcements have arrived. Xavier Cooks, pretty standout Australian NBL season. What are you sort of expecting for him now that he's coming across the ditch here?
Oh, Xavier's a star. He can do anything, both ends of the floor, and you know, it's great to finally bring him into the group. And also with the addition of Tom Vodanovic the week before, I mean, you know, that kind of just gives us that frontline strength we need.
Yeah, and obviously not the greatest start to the season, but things are starting to look to turn around, and obviously you're getting close to a full roster, but this is a relatively depleted Rams side. What have you sort of told you guys to be aware of and focus on tonight?
Yeah, well, look, to be honest, it's much more about us than the other teams, because we've been where they are with a depleted roster, and it's been a baptism of fire for me for sure to come in and gradually add players to the group. But, you know, tonight's just a lot about us and getting our stuff done, and who they put out there, that's kind of up to them.
And last thing, not really basketball related, what have you enjoyed the most about the sort of shift from Australia, a bit warmer over to New Zealand?
Well, I love Wellington. It's a great place. It actually reminds me a lot of Melbourne, so it's got that great cafe scene. I can find some good coffee spots, good restaurants. Yeah, really enjoy it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the time. All the best for the game. Thank you.
Guy Malloy under a little bit of pressure to get the Saints team up into that top 6. Starting 5 for the Rams. Not what you expected. Walter Brown getting the start. Some beads product. Local boy done good with the great hairstyle. Looking for Taylor Britt, Max Darling, Mike Karina, and Sunday Detch to carry the load. No tour maker as well, nor do they have Ryan Taylor, the other import. Joe Cook Green out as well for Judd Flavel. It is makeshift for his rotation, and he spoke about that earlier as well.
Okay, so here with Judd Flavel, head coach of the Canterbury Rams. So a little bit of a tough week. You, I guess, found it over the last couple of days, and definitely today, that some of your players are out. Who are you sort of expecting to step up today?
Yeah, look, I think at the start of the season we had Hunter Adams step into their starting lineup. You know, so looking at some of these young fellas that have been training really hard and doing a lot of the work in the preseason. Walter Brown gets to step up into a starting role, and you know, really happy with his production last week. So Josh Book will get out there as well. So yeah, a lot of these young guys that have been doing it on the practice floor, tonight we get to see it for real.
No, definitely, and obviously last Friday, I can't remember whatever day, heartbreaking loss to the guys, but what have they sort of learnt over this past week? Obviously a Saints team very hungry for a win tonight.
Yeah, I think we, you know, the big takeaways from last week was just on the offensive end, and you know, too many unforced or unnecessary turnovers or sloppy possessions. And you know, this is a competition this year where I think every possession is going to hurt or help. You know, it's going to come down to, it could be, you know, points on the table, and or even on the points for and against difference. So, you know, every possession matters. We had a lot of good possessions, but some there that would like to have over again.
Thank you very much for your time. All the best for the game.
Yeah, Judd Flavel, he's going to have to work a little bit of magic, and he's a very good coach on the staff of the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix as well in the Aussie NBL. Here is the head-to-head stats, Casey. What do you like? Because Wellington Saints, their stats are skewed. They had some horrible games, losses to deal with, and they have really embraced the three-point shot this season.
Well, how about the Saints letting it fly? They're not the strongest team inside. Even the bigs that they have aren't really true post players, so they are going to continue to do that. You see the Rams not so far off the pace, even though they're not taking nearly over 10 threes less per game. But those are the two guys at the bottom that you really have to watch on the three-point line. Vodanovic for the Saints, Sunday Detch for the Rams. And I'd toss Mike Smith in there as well. If he gets hot, it's going to cause problems for the Rams tonight.
For the Saints, look at their stats. They are outscored by an average of 14. They concede almost 98 points a game. Again, those stats are pretty skewed. It's a small sample size, and they have been blown out quite a bit. They look to rectify that, though. They're not what the stats say they are with that roster, but they really need to get going, get moving in Sal's NBL. Luckily for them, it is the top 6, not the top 4 like it has been throughout the history of the NBL, it feels like. Max Darling, he is going to be working his magic around inside the arc.
He's been playing well. It's great to see Max Darling get himself into shape and start to reach that potential that is so salivating. But, you know, when you talk about the Saints and their lack of defense, I think you're giving them probably a little bit of a break saying the stats are skewed. The last couple of rounds at a closer to full-strength squad, they haven't played to the level that they need to.
I was being kind, man.
You're being very kind.
I know. You've played for the Saints. You can say these things.
It's they need to find a little bit of determination on that side of the ball. They have to lock in, play as one, and up to this point of the season, even evidenced against the Manawatu down the stretch where they cut that game to 4 points, and they finally got their win. It wasn't good enough against them either.
The Saints rolling with 4 Aussie NBL players in their 5. Dane Samuel played for the Bullets Grabs. The opening tip, Mike Smith from the University of Michigan has the ball. Xavier Cooks up high, gives it to Jordan Nartai. Kicks it out, and the ball is reversed. It goes to Smith for 3, and there is the three-point shot. Xavier Cooks in the middle, but Max Darling, witness the thickness of Max Darling in the key.
He is thick, and for fans that aren't aware of how Xavier Cooks plays this game, he's probably not going to come out and drop 30, but he's just a jackknife of a player, as we see. A nice drive there by Taylor Britt, but he's going to be able to help facilitate for the Saints as well as be a big plus on the defensive side of the ball.
Jordan Nartai on the baseline. Taylor Britt spent time with the Perth Wildcats. Another 3, and that's good from Tom Vodanovic. Tommy V loves shooting the 3 ball. He averages 10 three-point attempts a game.
He has just modified his game to such a level. Of course, a member of that Sydney Kings championship winning team, and hoping he can replicate some of that magic with Cooks here in Wellington.
Kick ball resets to 14. Get the call flutes right.
How about Xavier Cooks? Off the plane, and he's already helping lift up the signage.
Yeah.
You can tell this is a good dude. He's a good dude.
Walter Brown, look at that.
There's the kick.
That hair cascading down the back of his neck.
It's lovely. It's a thing of beauty.
Mike Smith gets the steal, though. Going at Taylor Britt. Can't get the roll. And Tom Vodanovic is there to clean it up.
Oh, decent effort by Taylor Britt after being forced out of the turnover to force Smith to miss, but Rams have to be running with him.
We were given, Mark Kalina given the start, we were given that Max Darling was not going to be playing, and that Matua Maker was questionable, but he is out. So is Ryan Taylor, Joe Cook Green as well.
And that is a lot of perimeter shooting for the Rams. Ryan Taylor has struggled as an import, hasn't scored to the level he wanted, as you see the turnover there. But Joe Cook Green has been instrumental from the perimeter for the Rams this year.
Taylor Britt stepping into the contact and getting up.
I like what the Rams are doing. They're pressing a little bit to slow down that fast break attack where the Saints are so proficient. And they're also attacking them the same way.
Again, another three. This time it's Xavier Cooks getting his first points as a Saint in 2022.
And we see the Rams in that zone defense not willing to go out beyond the three-point line. They're going to have to extend that defense to take away these opportunities for a team that loves the three.
Good hands from Mike Smith.
The save.
Saved it. Max Darling.
This could be a short shot clock.
Could be. Sunday Detch, who's been phenomenal for the Rams with 3 on the shot clock. Nartai all over him. Gets it up. And Mike Karina can grab that, but that's going to be a shot clock violation. I like Sunday Detch went for a bit of a walk as well.
Lost it here. A little bit of physical defense from Nartai, but it was solid defense without fouling. Kept his hands out. And I haven't seen every possession for the Saints this year, but I suffice to say that might be their best defensive possession this season.
Well, teams are shooting 55% against the Saints.
Beautiful play there by Xavier Cooks, slicing through the zone for the drop-off to Tommy V on the easy finish. Off to a hot start, all the Saints.
They are out to a 6-point lead, looking much sharper than they have. And Walter Brown stepping through, getting the contact and in. The St. Bede's boy, looking every bit of the product of Christchurch basketball, and he will go to the Resine foul line. Felt the contact from Darnay Samuel, and that mullet just hanging off the back there, flapping in the wind.
That is a thing of beauty, as is the hair. I'm talking about the play, though. I love the way he puts the ball down on the floor and attacks Darnay Samuel. Has struggled defensively up to this point in the season. He really took advantage of his quickness, and I love the determination of the Rams early, not settling for jump shots, but attacking the rim.
Yeah, no Matua Maker in the middle there. So Mike Karina, who arguably would have the largest skull in the Sal's NBL. He has got a massive frame. He is a strong defensive player. We've got a foul on the Rams.
Mike Karina, he's got some bulk down there in the paint. But he's also got some scoring ability. Pretty light on the feet for a fellow his size.
He's impressive in this 2-3 zone, anchoring it. And Jordan Nartai, the lefty, misses that. Live by the three, die by the three case.
Yeah, it certainly is. But Saints are finding success when they attack the heart of the zone, not when they pass it around the perimeter without bending it first.
Well, Mike Smith just met Mike Karina. These two teams have met 12 days ago. Xavier Cooks tried to hit it off Max Darling, but Mike Smith was there to save it. And the Rams got the win, 95-89. As Mike Smith touches the paint, and there's Darnay Samuel. Ooh, way too long. That is unlike Darnay Samuel to be off that bad.
But it's good that he's been in the weight room. So, from the strength.
Of course. Darling. Felt the contact, gets it up, whistle blowing. Max Darling will go to the line to shoot 2.
Tom Bogdanovic picks up the foul there, and he has had some issues with the foul trouble this season. Trying to play that physical brand of defense, as we see there on the back. Just a bit of contact. Tommy V disagrees with that one, but regardless, we'll be sending Max Darling to the line.
He had 16 and 11 to Bogdanovic against the Rams in that previous meeting. Darnay Samuel's had 30 points, 9 of 9 from the line, 7 rebounds and assists, and 9 of 18 shooting. Jordan Nartai played 39 minutes in that loss, and was very balanced for the Rams.
And it was a game for the Rams where Max Darling and Mike Karina held that load. It was Matura Maker's first game as well. And he really showed that trio on the interior is vital to the success of the Rams.
This is good ball movement from the Saints, really stretching the defense, but Mike Smith just dropped it off at Xavier Cooks' feet, and the Rams come away with it.
Never pass to a big man's feet, or a guard's feet. Feet can't catch.
Taylor Britt gets the friendly roll at Cowles Stadium.
I like to see this aggressiveness from Taylor. Driving to the rim a couple times. He's been reasonably passive this year. He's always a solid defender, leaves his heart out there, but he needs to be this aggressive offensively to give the Rams a chance.
This really is a dichotomy of offensive styles. Rams happy to go at the heart of the Saints defense, which hasn't been as effective. Nartai again for 3 with 2 on the shot clock.
Well, they are getting the penetration to make the zone adjust, but the Rams are staying attached on the perimeter, not giving the looks up.
Sunday Detch, who has been so impressive this season, and he gets the roll. 17 points, 5.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals a game.
He has been a fantastic addition, and great to see him sign up for the Adelaide 36ers and extend for 3 years after this one.
Mike Smith for another 3. Tom Vodanovic has fouled Mike Karina over the back, and another 3-point attempt.
With this really interesting lineup the Saints have out there, essentially 4 guys who can play the power forward, but also versatile enough to play the 3 and have that strength to go inside. Nobody has a true role, so it's going to be up to Mike Smith. It's going to be up to Coach Guy Malloy to determine that what these guys need to do, because they are all so versatile. Any single one of them can be in whatever spot you want on the court. They can shoot it, they can rebound, they're physical. It is going to be tough to match up against, but I think a key for them is getting in transition, and up to this point, the Rams have negated that.
Well, Taylor Britt, he's 3 for 3 for his 6 points. He is the game's, the Rams' leading scorer. Tom Vodanovic, 3 for 4 with 7 points. And the Saints are getting out-rebounded by 10 a game. And in this game already, they've grabbed 6. The Rams have grabbed 4. So an improved effort on the glass. No Matua Maker. It's a shorter, smaller lineup for the Rams.
It'll be interesting to see how they play with that. They have found their strides the last couple of weeks, but their strides was based on the bigs. On being a big physical team, really controlling the glass offensively and defensively, and grinding these guys out. Now, with no Maker, they can't quite do that to the same way. They don't have that third big to be able to rotate their guys through. And the load on Karina and Darling has to be lessened somewhat because of that.
They're on an 8.80 run at the moment. Will be Saints ball on the baseline, Mike Smith to get the game underway. Vodanovic in the post. Mike Smith with the up fake. Darling sticks with him. 4 to shoot. That is a tough shot from Mike Smith.
Well, they're really doing a lot with the basketball right now. He created that himself. The offense, not creating the shots, but good to see the shot making from Smith there.
The second to last in assists are the Saints, so creativity will be the offense sometimes for the Wellington Saints. Here comes Mike Smith working with Vodanovic.
I see Kenneth Tuffin checked in for Donnie Samuel earlier. This might be the Saints' best defensive lineup.
Tuffin saves that to Nartai. 7 on the shot clock. Good defense again. And that is a tough rebound. Taylor Britt. Swiping at the ball. Max Darling trying to step through. Vodanovic comes away with it. Here's Nartai. Xavier Cooks. Taylor Britt was moving. He's called for the foul.
I like how he kept his hands up as he ran full speed into Xavier Cook shooting that layup. But he did keep the hands out, so it's a little victory. And on the other end, Max Darling turnover, getting caught in the air, not knowing what to do. Instant offense the other way. You see how deadly this Saints squad is going to be in transition. If the Rams really have to stay away from the live ball turnovers. Misses the first.
All NBL second team in Australia for the Sydney Kings. Xavier Cook spent 4 years Division 1 basketball with Winthrop.
Xavier Cooks, in my opinion, is not long for this part of the world. He is such a fantastic defender, plays with such unselfishness, and he stays locked in. I really do think he's an NBA talent, if not high-level Europe. We'll certainly be calling him shortly.
Play the three on the wing. Got long arms, 6'8" frame.
Yes, big, strong guy. The size he has gives him the ability to play multiple positions and guard everyone. You know, in this league, he can guard 1 to 5 very easily.
Good look to Darnay Samuel, and he gets that to go down.
Just so much more success against the zone when they penetrate either with the dribble or the pass, and a timely cut by Darnay Samuel for the finish.
Vidanovic is on the bench, but Samuel gets a quick rest, and it will be a turnover to the Saints.
The Rams are just looking a little out of sorts right now. They're getting themselves in positions where they should be looking at the rim. Instead, they're looking for extra passes, and they're ending up in turnovers.
Looking for that trap. Darnay Samuel muscles his way in.
The counterpoint to overpassing is Darnay Samuel getting inside, right to the rack for the finish.
Averaging just under 22 a game is Darnay.
The Saints' leading scorer has really picked it up offensively.
Great look to Sunday Dench on the baseline.
Moving without the basketball, so key, especially when they're worried about you on the three-point line.
Darnay wants it at the top. Can't handle it. Miscommunication. Just trying to find Xavier Cooks. Not used to playing with him a whole lot. This Saints team, of course.
He's been through 2 trainings already. Come on.
My bad. Max Darling just dribbled that off his foot. Another turnover. Turnover number 5 for the Rams in this first quarter. Minute 36 to go.
And these aren't really forced turnovers. They are turnovers of omission for what the Rams want to do.
Darnay Samuel spinning on Karina. Good luck getting around that. And Darnay can't get it to go off the glass.
Most guys Darnay spins off of, he knocks back a foot or two. Not so the case with Big Mike Karina.
Max Darling gets Cooks up in the air.
Oh, can't finish. Beside himself after missing that one. Xavier Cooks wanted that shot block opportunity. He'll play Max Darling a few times and realize he likes to let those fakes up.
Max Darling, he's played in Europe, he's played in Romania, Croatia. He's also played for the Illawarra Hawks in the Aussie NBL. He played for the Rams last year as well.
This is the best shape that we've seen him for the Rams, though, including last season. He's got his body in a place now where he can have a higher level of endurance, and the Rams can leave him out there a bit longer, which is key this evening without McCurr.
Darling shooting 69% from the Racine foul line. Here he is again. Cuts the Saints lead to 1. 70 seconds to go in the first quarter. Xavier Cooks, Vidanovic. Darnay felt like he got pushed in the back there by Darling. And that's a tough drive from Kaya Isaac. But it will, and Jordan Natai and Isaac get caught up down low, and it will be caught on Natai.
Well, solid offensive rebound there to regain possession. And you know, at times it looked like the Saints might be able to take control of the game, but the Rams have never really let them get too far out of touch and got a chance to take the lead here.
It's Josh Book, his brother Nick Book on the team, their dad Ed Book.
Easy Ed's not going to be happy about that entry pass.
It certainly won't be. Your former teammate with the Tall Blacks. Any teams in the NBL you played with Ed?
No teams in the NBL. Thankfully, only had to play against him.
Samuel Smith with the steal. Smith looking for the backdoor cut. Max Darling on the baseline with 2 hands, puts it down.
Wow, athletic finish for Max Darling. But again, cutting without the basketball. Lovely play by the Rams. Saints not locked in on their perimeter defensive assignments.
Xavier Cooks with 4. Nice dribble. Kenneth Tuffin knocking down the corner three. That's the way you end strong, tough, and a very good three-point shooter. And the Saints take the lead, 20-18 after one. We'll be back in a minute and a half. Welcome back. Second quarter about to get underway. The Saints leading the Rams on a last second three by Kenneth Tuffin. And pretty good first quarter from the Rams, who are severely undermanned in this game. They had multiple starters out. Joe Cook-Green, the tour maker, he's out. So is Ryan Taylor, their other import. And Judd Flavel will be feeling pretty confident the way they've been going, because Taylor Britt and Max Darling carrying the load.
The reason pleased early, 7 for 13 from the field for 53%. Telling, though, is only 2 3-point attempts, and they missed both of those. They have lost the bulk of their perimeter attack with Joe Cook-Green and Taylor out for the evening. So are they going to be able to counter that with enough strength inside? Yet to be seen.
That's around 21 points a game they're missing with those two, as Taylor Britt continues his hot form. He's now 4 for 4. And also missing a big double-double threat from Matua Maker. He averages 11 and 8. And he's been really good for them in the middle. They lock it back up with Taylor Britt. He's got 8 now, and the turnover. Smith just trying to force it into Samuel in the middle.
And that is the word. He's tried to force these last couple in there. He's got options on the perimeter. He needs to make the easy pass and let the defense adjust.
I feel like once he works out what he actually has at his disposal, the Saints will be incredibly dangerous. They've got weapons, but they just can't clean up their own glass. And there's an offensive rebound and put in. Timely finish by Sam Smith, crashing the glass, and he has been productive in his minutes this season. Smith on the elbow misses that.
Nice play. Set play to get that shot in 15, and a wide open shot that should be converted.
Good news for the Saints, though. They have assisted on 7 of their 8 made field goals. There's Taylor Britt. He's just quick. He's fouled hard. Mike Smith got all of him.
Well, he kind of went from the neck from behind. I'm wondering if they might chat about this and possibly call it an unsportsmanlike, as we see the foul. He grabs him on the shoulder from the other side. I don't think he was trying to make a dirty play. He reached out for the ball, but yeah, there's the call. He was trying to get a piece of it, just got the shoulder, pulled him to the ground. That would be 2 free throws and the ball for Taylor Britt.
That is a big play.
And how about Taylor Britt off this great start, doing it defensively, attacking the rim with a fervor that we haven't really experienced from him for a game in its entirety this season.
Well, he led the Rams in scoring and assists in 2020, but didn't play in 2021 due to his commitments with the Perth Wildcats. Played 13 games for them in 2020. Another 13 for the Wildcats again, but Taylor Britt, his scoring has dropped off. They leant heavily on him when he was there a couple of years ago. Now his scoring average is around about 11. In the ball now.
In the showdown in 2020, he was the entirety of the Rams offense. Thankfully, he's got a few tools in the toolbox now.
That's a tough miss from Tong.
The crowd was pumped for Tong, trying to get it going there. He just couldn't get the finish.
Vidanovic back to Mike Smith. Another miss from Mike Smith. We have a foul, and that's going to be on the Saints on the rebound. Mike Smith is not shooting the ball very well at all in this game. He is now 1 for 6.
1 for 6, and more concerning is the 4 turnovers that he's trying to force the ball in. You know, you're going to miss shots that are not going to come, but he needs to find a way to get these other guys involved and keep this defense for the Rams honest. Right now, they're able to lock in a couple of keys.
It's a little bit troubling if your point guard is turning the ball over at a rate. And he's 1 for 6. He averages around 34 minutes a game as we take in the timeout.
Yeah, right now, the Saints have 5 turnovers, 4 by Smith. There's not a coach on the planet that is looking for those kind of numbers from their point guard.
So the Rams have gone on a 6-0 run to start this second quarter. Almost 2 minutes gone. Good little crowd in Cowles Stadium. Nice to see as well when there's a Super Rugby quarterfinal going on.
Yeah, exactly. That's as big a crowd as you can really expect down there in Canterbury on a night like this. But you know, as a fan, I'd say it's probably a bit nicer in there than it is out in the stadium right now. Looks pretty warm.
Sure.
It's definitely not warm. I've been in that stadium many times.
It literally looks like the inside of a fridge.
On this side, there's almost always a door wide open to the outside that we don't see from the camera at this angle.
That could be a very good ploy from the acclimatized Rams players. Saints fall into a 2-3 zone. Tuffin and Smith up high. Britt with the ball. Kai Isaac gives it back to Britt. Britt spinning. Max Darling gets up, hustles for it. What a rebound.
Excellent way to work outside of the zone as well.
Little floater from Isaac, and Saints clean that up, and not Taylor Britt, it's Sam Smith with the foul.
And just not quite ready to shoot when the shots are presented themselves on that possession where the Rams, I think that nice job by Coach Guy Malloy to come out in the zone defense and switch things up, take Canterbury out of their comfort zone, and they had been getting a bit comfortable to start this quarter.
And then that's a sloppy from the Saints. Detch for 3. Oh, he makes them pay. Sunday Detch. That is a 9-0 run.
Wow, they are feasting on turnovers right now and getting the Saints squad sped up and playing a little outside of themselves.
Darnay trying to make things happen. Vidanovic for 3. That's good. Tommy V from downtown.
I mean, that's a good result in the play. Obviously, you're always happy when you get a 3, but that is possession that just isn't really doing anything to the defense to make a move. You get it inside and chuck it out. Poor defense by the Rams is really the result of that triple.
Detch is feeling it from that side. Good rebound.
Tong again.
Britt working with a fresh 14. Down to 7 now on the shot clock. Kicking it out. Darling, he'll take his opportunity and make it.
What a pass by Taylor Britt, driving down the lane and laying it right in the breadbasket for Darling for the finish.
12-3 run from the Rams. Vidanovic. Tuffin. His second 3 is nothing but net.
Oh, really nice set there with the down screen by Donnie Samuel, opening up that opportunity, and well delivered by Smith on the triple for Tuffin.
Looking to work this zone out. This is nice from the Rams. Darling.
Oh, that's strong.
That's a real strong. And Detch knocks down another 3. The Rams are just picking apart the zone and then crashing the glass.
Yeah, you see the way the ball moves around the perimeter for the Rams, really forcing the Saints to pop around. Here's the difference. Here it kind of sits, lets the defense adjust a bit more, a bit slower. Need to get some more pace.
Oh, Nato, that's a tough pass to Darnay Samuel. Here's Smith looking for a trailer. Ditch is feeling it, I love it.
Let it fly. Why not?
Adanovich with the rebound.
Decent look in transition, but the Saints need to get aggressive, and they need something on the rim.
Tuffin, you can't leave him open. That's his third three. Kenneth Tuffin, deadly from deep.
Nice find there by Smith. Detch too late on the closeout, and Tuffin adjusting quite well to his role off the bench.
He's well over 40% three-point shooter in previous iterations of the Saints, down to 30%. And coming into this game is Mike Smith's hands.
Step to the line.
Get it free, but it will be Rams ball on the baseline as Tuffin goes into the corporates. There might be just Fanta everywhere.
There's going to be 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Fanta anywhere, that could put a little bit of extra stickiness on the shoes. It might help the grippiness.
It might actually help. Kenneth Tuffin, 9 points off the bench.
And you see the strip, and as he goes in, lost. Looks like all those bottles were already empty. Geez, kids, give it a rest. We're only in the second quarter. It's a lot of soda.
Smashing that sugar and food coloring.
I pity the parents for the drive home. It's going to be a tough one.
The Saints just down 4 after Kenneth Tuffin, as you can see on the left of the screen. He's gone 3 for 3, all from deep. I'm just looking at the stats.
Yeah,
Rams with a +5 rebound advantage.
Very strange stats for the Saints. 10 points for Vodanovic, 9 points for Tuffin, and then Samuel Cooks with 4, Smith with 2, and no one else has scored. So it's a very interesting spread of the offensive load at the moment.
Also 10 assists on 11 makes. They have been really crisp with their perimeter passes. Just when they get into the paint, the Rams do a very good job of making them force the decision making, and that has turned the ball over several times once they touch that paint.
Well, we talked in the pregame about the Saints. They shoot over 38 three-pointers a game, and it does seem like the Rams are happy to have that. They are shutting down the painted area. They're glugging it all up around the block and forcing that ball to be kicked out for the late contest. Right now, the strategy is working well.
Here's Karina. Good hands from Xavier Cooks. And that will be Rams ball with a second on the shot clock.
Got to get up very quickly here. Look for something at the rim. The tip is normally your best bet.
Who's it going to go to? It's going to be Darling. He might have just needed to set the feet a little bit there. It's a quick second.
Yeah, it was very quick. And I think if he had landed on that one, he might have been caught with a turnover anyway. Solid defensive possession for the Saints.
Falling back into that 2-3 zone when they having had success with it. Xavier Cooks, Detch hounding him. He'll be well aware of what Sunday Detch can do with those hands. And Karina comes away with it. It's Detch now with the ball. He gives it up to Britt. Good minutes from Britt tonight.
Tuffin with a bit of a heat check there. Well guarded on the attempt.
Taylor feeling it. Stroking the nylon.
How about that? 13 points for him now. 5 for 7 from the field.
And they force the turnover with their pressure at the half court. Detch. Sam Smith. Detch looking to drive. Floater game. He's hit. Sunday Detch will go to the Razine foul line to shoot 2.
And you can see how he used that shot fake to his advantage there as Naitai tries to come out and challenge him. That little shot fake closes and turns direction. Naitai had his feet crossed up, couldn't get back into the proper guarding position. Gets the foul to the Razine stripe for 2.
Sione Hello in the game for the Wellington Saints. Vodanovic, Tuffin, Nato, Cooks. As Detch makes the first. Karina, Darling, Britt and Smith. And I kind of feel like Sunday Ditch is going to have to play the rest of the game.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a full 40 for him.
He's played, averages 36 a game.
I don't think there's a lot of rest for Detch, Darling, Britt tonight. Those guys are going to all be looking at least 35 minutes in my estimation.
Toughen. Darnay Samuel can to get the feet set, but the defense comes out on him. Cooks banks it in off the glass, little floater.
Every time he catches that catch in that high post or lower, good things happen for the Saints once again on that possession. Perfect.
Max Darling, easy.
Just a lovely high-low attack, excellent seal, good pass from Karina to get him that finish.
This extension of the half-court pressure has really rattled the Saints a little bit, trying to get into their system. As you say that Xavier Cooks gets the and one, and it's just sort of throwing them a little bit, just trying to get it over before getting trapped.
But also, that's one of the few times we haven't seen them be passive once it gets over half court. When you're dealing with a pressing team, you have to attack. You can't get to a position where you have a scoring opportunity and pull back, because then you put no pressure on them. They'll continue to do it. They can sell out. When you get in a scoring spot, you have to continue that attack, push it all the way to the end, and get the score to force them out of that defense, as Cooks missed the free throw.
Rams with a 7-point lead, 3 minutes to go in the half. Round 6 Cowles NBL action, proudly presented by GJ Gardner-Holmes, and the Saints get the turnover. Darnay Samuel driving at Karina. Felt the contact, Xavier Cooks on the follow.
Great effort in transition. Like the drive by Darnay Samuel, like the recovery and finish by Cooks better. What an addition he has been so far.
Team yellow all over Taylor Britt. From the Rosine line, the jumper no good. Toughen with the board. Hello giving it up to Xavier Cooks. See what he can do.
And the Saints looking a little more comfortable.
And Xavier Cooks feeling comfortable from 3. And that couldn't get the Saints to within 2. So the Rams can build this 5-point lead here. Detch running hard. Karina fires it off Toughen.
Love the effort by Mike Karina.
The Rams will have the ball on the baseline.
And nice action prior to that. Had a wide open look. Nice handoff and screen by Karina. That can't hit it, but look at this crash onto the glass all over it. Beats multiple Saints to the ball, throws it off to keep possession.
That's perfect. He had the switch and he knew it, and he beat Toughen not only with his feet but also easily with the size of the man.
And such a key for a big to do when screening. If there is no one in there in that roll spot to the rim, you got to get there in a hurry. He does so and is rewarded for his efforts. Basketball karma coming through.
Straight on 2 minutes to go in the first half. Wellington in a bit of a hole, the Saints. Down 5, they've struggled to put it together in the second quarter. They finished strong on a Kenneth Toughen 3 to take the lead 20-18. Since then, the Rams have been really good. They look like they've grown in confidence with that zone, and they're happy to extend it out to a one that would come out at halfway and just rattle the Saints a little bit. Good crowd in at Cowles Stadium for this one. Rams are 4-3 on the season. The Saints are 1-4.
Well supported are the Rams in Christchurch. They have consistent sellouts in this gym, and it's a hot ticket night after night. With the way that this team has been playing the last few seasons, you can see why.
Looking forward to the To'ihi League starting up at the end of this month. The Women's League, 6 teams will contest. Some great talent coming in to fill out these rosters. A Sunday Ditch is fouled, and he'll shoot 2.
Just determined, isn't he? When he decides, I'm going to turn this corner, I'm going to get to the cup, it is difficult to deter him in any way. Lots of fouls down the stretch of this quarter as well. It has gotten quite a bit choppy, and from my mind, that plays into the hands of the Rams, taking away the ability for the Saints to get up and down the court where they excel so much.
Taylor Britt is the leading scorer with 13. Sunday Ditch.
Well, Max Darling already in double-double watch, 10.7 boards.
Ditch splits the pair. He now has 13 as well. Tuffin avoiding the baseline trap. Onto Brown and Karina. Comes Xavier Cooks. That's a nice pass. Hello. That's good.
Xavier Cooks' passing has been just perfection.
That is on point, isn't it?
He is slicing into the defense and delivering the ball right in the shooter's pocket for conversions.
I mean, that is key when your guy is 6'8", play that wing, and then find guys in the corner, on the wing, up high. Taylor Britt with the ball now. Single digits on the shot clock. Britt, pull up. Nothing but net for Taylor Britt. He looks dialed, that is for sure. He has 15.
Showing a lot of patience and really dissecting the defensive fronts that are coming his way. With the pull-up, that's on.
Lead remains 5, under a minute to go for the Rams in this first half. Saints ball. Hello with the up fake. And then just dumping it off to Darnay Samuel in amongst 4 Rams.
A lot of contact. No effect on the champ as he fights through it for the kiss off the glass. So the Saints finding their rhythm. The Rams hoping to answer.
Cooks up high on Britt this time. Looking to put the defensive clamps on him, perhaps. Sunday Ditch is running hard. That is a tough matchup.
He's missed all these shots where he's got that leg split. He's a little off balance, and it does seem to affect him when he's off platform.
The Saints can hold it here.
Remember what Xavier Cooks last time at the end of the first quarter, drove it in, drew the defenders, found the perimeter shooter. I'd look for a repeat.
Xavier Cooks winding it down. 5 now. Cooks. Hello. Long 2. Can Cooks get it up? No, he can't. That's it. That's one half done. Saints fight back. 8 into the Rams lead. They lead 43-40 over the visitors. Halftime is here. We'll be back. Half-time at Cowles Stadium, round 6 action of the Sal's NBL, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. The Rams lead by 3 over the Saints. Casey, it's been a much better second quarter from the Rams. And they looked really, really good, especially on the defensive end. They look really organised. They are under strength. They're missing 3 starters, and Judd Flavel, though, excellent coach, and he's got them dialed in.
Yeah, he does. The attack against the zone has been solid. The patience has been good. They haven't turned the ball over a lot. And they've done a reasonable job defensively of keeping the Saints from getting into their transition game and forcing them into the half court against that zone.
I don't know if we should be showing that board.
I think during the game we can't.
Yeah.
On this one, apparently we can.
I love it. What access we are provided in the Sal's NBL. Appreciate it, being allowed in the changing rooms. And for the Saints, their shooting has been pretty good, to be honest. They're shooting a great clip of 50%, and they've assisted on 14 of their 16 shots. And those are your points leaders for the game. Taylor Britt was excellent in the first half. And Vodanovic and Cooks, the Sydney Kings teammates.
I'd love to see the big 3 for the Rams stepping up in the absence of some players. Darling attacking the glass, and you can see the impact that Xavier Cooks has had already with 6 rebounds to go along with those 5 assists, dishing the ball so nicely. Sam Smith off the bench with more assists than the rest of his team combined. Always nice to see that.
Xavier Cooks, let's stick him in triple-double watch. So I imagine the game is going to have to come through him quite a lot in the second quarter.
Sam Smith, 4 steals off the bench as well. What a contribution he's had today when they need it most, and they're a little short-handed.
Well, only 8 turnovers as well for the Saints. And Sam Smith's got half of them. So for the Saints, they love the 3 ball. They've shot 16 of them. They've hit 7 of them. And for Judd Flavel and the Rams, more of the same. See how they mix it up with their defense. The zone was working. Half-court pressure worked as well. We're back after the break with the third quarter. Third quarter about to get underway. The Rams lead the Saints 43-40 at Cowles Stadium. Deep into round 6. Friday night hoops. Good crowd in. Rams mascot really enjoying that third quarter, KC. What do the Saints need to do to bring that lead back, which they took at the end of the first? And the Rams did a really good job in that second quarter.
Well, for the Saints, they, number one, have to take care of the basketball. They've had some careless turnovers, which takes away from a really efficient offense when they're not turning the ball over. Secondly, if I'm the Saints, I want to pick up the pace. Every time we get a missed shot, a turnover, we're pushing, we're running, we're counterattacking with speed. For the Rams, they like the half court. They want things slowed down. They like this pace that it's at right now. They feel comfortable here. They need to continue to do that. And if I'm pressuring the ball handler a little bit more against the zone when they're in the zone. They've got that help side behind them, and they've already seen the Saints are prone to turnovers. That's an area that the Rams need to continue to press.
Troy McLean and Guy Malloy, coaches of the Saints, looking at their 5. It's 4 4s and a 1, really, for the Saints to start the game. Dane Samuel, I mean, Jordan Nate, you could call him a 3, but Tommy Vodanovic as well, along with Xavier Cooks, and then you got Mike Smith at the point.
All versatile players, but certainly they could easily all be a power forward for a team in this league. They could easily be 3 men. Nate couldn't possibly slide down to the 2. It's great size that this team has, but they have to take advantage of that size at the 2 spot and that advantage of the quickness at the 5. And they're still trying to suss out exactly how they can do that to the best of their abilities.
For the Rams, no Matua Maker, no Joe Cook Green, no Ryan Taylor, their import guard. And they have done an excellent job. Max Darling was questionable coming into this game.
No questions after the start. 18 minutes, 10 rebounds on 3 for 5 shooting to go along with those 7 rebounds. He has put all of his effort into this game to help the Rams get this lead.
Xavier Cooks has 10 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists.
That is triple-double watch. Most def.
So we're just waiting for the 5th Saint to join the 4 out there, as the Rams looking like they're coming out with Mike Karina to start the second half.
They've adjusted that lineup to the lineup that played the majority of the minutes in the first half. And with good reason, because that lineup had a lot of success scoring the basketball against the Saints squad. But both teams not overly reliant on the bench. Sam Smith and Mike Karina had those biggest minutes. 13 minutes for Karina. He might as well have been a starter. As the starter in the center spot, played a minute.
You're going to need more out of Mike Smith. 2 points, 1 of 6, 5 turnovers, 3 assists.
Yeah, he needs to. He needs to get himself a little bit more involved. I'm not too upset if I'm Guy Malloy about the missed shots. They're good looks, but he has to do a better job of taking care of the ball and facilitating to get that offense going.
Dane Samuel wide open. They lost him, and he can't make them pay, and it will stay with the Saints. Tommy Vodanovic just a nuisance on the glass.
The lone white jersey surrounded by red, but he gains possession. And is that kind of second effort as we see the kick across the miss and just underneath. A bit of a rumble.
Well, he averages 4.5 offensive rebounds. Walter Brown got him in the ribs on the G.J. Gardner replay. So Saints get to reset. Good position. Tom Vodanovic dropping it off. Back to him from Xavier Cooks. That's just pretty basketball.
That is a lot of passes.
It's a lot.
1 inch of each other. But I love the unselfishness, the extra pass made to go from a good shot to a great shot to an even better great shot.
Taylor Britt tied up by Mike Smith. And the Rams want a foul, but we're going to get the jump ball called, the possession arrow. Does it stay with the Rams? It does on the baseline.
Mike Smith jumped all over that one.
Check out this replay
nice
here.
Nice crossover, but yeah, just completely snatches it from him. Good strong hands there, nice call.
4 to shoot. Offensive foul. Mike Karina roll into the rim. And took out about 18 Saints.
Didn't see what the contact on him. That was illegal.
I think it's just him running. I think it's just him rolling to the hoop, and it just looks like he can bowl anyone over.
Yeah, you are not allowed to screen guys by running full speed, so that is fair.
It is a thick back line for the Rams
Thick.
with him and Darling.
Not so much
And
with
then
Walter
it's
Brown.
Tommy Vodanovic again, long shot, long rebound, another offensive board.
Just killing the glass all by himself.
6 to shoot. Mike Smith from the Racine line knocks that down. He's 2 for 7.
Just a really lovely screen by Tom Vodanovic, sealing off the defenders. The wing doesn't keep up, and that's an easy 15-footer for the finish.
Saints get the lead. Back in it. Taylor Britt dropping it off for Karina, blocked by Xavier Cooks. And Karina rolling this time, can't get it. Cooks has Darling on him. Darling's going to pick up a foul if he's not careful.
Yeah, it was coming.
It was coming, wasn't it?
When you get, he got a couple of free bunts down the court, and he decided to stick with it. But anytime you're a big fella and you do that for 60 or 70 feet, they will call a foul. Not a lot of contact there.
I tell you what, he probably was more likely fouling him in the backcourt than he was there.
And for me, not a lot of foul anywhere. But if you give that contact the look of it for long enough, eventually the whistle's going to blow.
It's the ball movement for the Saints that's been impressive as Mike Smith creates his own shot. 15 assists.
But the difference between that shot and the last one wide open coming off the screen, that one just really well covered, much more difficult look.
That's a nice pass, nice play between Darling and Ditch.
That's perfection of the on-ball. Lovely drop-off. 2 offensive players drawing the 1 defender.
Vodanovic around, Karina gets the roll.
Oh, he spun that one in with a Julius Irving-like spin of the ball in the one hand.
It looks like it's opened up a little bit in that zone as well. Saints picking it apart the last couple of possessions. Again, they're going to the Ditch Darling play, and Xavier Cooks again in the paint, just getting it done. And here's a nuisance. It's Mike Smith. Darnay Samuel, good defense from Walter Brown. Karina comes over, and then Darnay can't get that to drop down, but he has a deep and varied bag of tricks, I should say, does Darnay Samuel.
He has incredible footwork in the low post. He's so good in the low post, I think it takes away some of the focus on his offensive game elsewhere. But I love this recognition by him. Sees Walter Brown on him, and I'm going to go straight to the cup. I'm going to get right down to the block, use my strength and athleticism. Got the whistle, didn't get the drop, but gets the first free throw with a chance for 2.
Just the size of him. He's what, 6'8"?
He's a big boy. He's about 6'8", and
he's got
those kegs fluctuate. I can't say exactly where he's at now in the kegs.
I want to throw stones in glass houses, but he could drop some kegs. He looks like he could be even more nimble without losing strength.
Just a real quick look at the foul count. 4 fouls already on the Rams. They're going to have to be pretty delicate defensively the rest of this one with 7 minutes to play.
Yeah, not even 3 gone in this third quarter. Darnay Samuel, he has more to say in this game. And Max Darling, that is just terrible defense. Unfortunately, Xavier Cooks was caught on an island, and Max Darling makes them pay.
Well, that's a couple of times that skip pass has found Darling, and he has not hesitated on the triple. Love to see him shoot like that.
Oh, Xavier Cooks! No one boxed him out. That's the problem with the zone.
Bouncy. Xavier Cooks with the easy putback, showing off the power.
Floater. Sunday Ditch answers.
We're getting back and forth. The pace is picking up, and we've got some excellent skill on display in Christchurch.
Xavier Cooks outside. Darnay Samuel. He's going to post up. Dropping it off. Xavier Cooks again. Lost the handle. Needed some Fanta on the hands.
Well, it was a really nice play. Xavier Cooks just takes his eye off it. Would have been a shore too, but a much better attack of the zone here in the third quarter so far by the Saints. They're much more patient. They're not just throwing up jumpers from the perimeter with a hand up. They're using the dribble to back down, draw extra defenders, and open up passing lanes.
They look like they've worked out halftime. Attack the zone. Again, that side of the floor for the Rams is where they are attacking.
Oh my.
Oh wow, and that will be with the Saints. And Tom Vodanovic and Max Darling just having a little chat.
Yeah, Tommy wants to get the ball back from Max, but he ain't giving it up. Let's see what. Well, that is a foul on Max Darling. He gets smashed by Tommy.
And Tommy V's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got you.
I got you.
That is an unfortunate foul for Max Darling, who picks up his 4th.
That's like 90 feet away, and they will go all the way down to the Rosine line, 75 feet away for Xavier Cook is shooting the foul shots.
I believe this is the 3rd personal foul on Max Darling. Let me just confirm. It's just two on Max Darling, so fortunate for him.
So he's picked them up in this quarter. Picked up one on Xavier Cooks. And it's again Xavier Cooks. Can't get the rock.
Some fortuitous bounces for the Rams in the last few possessions. Not often the ball tries to find its way out of the rim.
Brett, the kick out to Detch, put it on the floor, knocks that down. That is tough.
Perfectly fundamental. The one dribble pickup, really nice quickness shown in that move.
And again, they attack the zone. Mike Smith with the kick out pass from Vidanovic. Can't get that 3 to drop. Mike Smith is shooting the open shots and not getting them to drop now. 2 for 10.
Dribble into the zone is creating the opportunities, but the perimeter shooters have to make them.
Detch has trouble when he gets inside the 3, but then again he turns it over there. Here's Jordan Natai to Dane Samuel. Saints take the lead back. Multiple lead changes in the 3rd.
Man, so smooth in transition. They are a different team when they've got space, pace, and advantage.
They look like they've got gears to work through here. To the Saints, they're growing in confidence. Short-handed Rams team tonight. Max Darling. Dane with the rebound.
And the Rams are starting to look a little fatigued. If I'm the Saints, I'm pushing up the pace, picking things up a level, and really trying to put some points on the board these next few possessions.
Vidanovic contested 3 is good. Tom Vidanovic wanted the foul as well. Kalina probably got in his landing space a little bit. Saints now have a 4-point lead.
Not a bad contest, but better shot making. Big possession for the Rams here.
Darling on the drive on the baseline. Natai tackles him.
Max Darling is proving a difficult cover, as I think the ref officials might talk about it a little bit about the foul. As we see Kenneth Tuffin looking to check in. And a timeout on the floor here. See the drive now, nothing in that one. Hit the ball, got some on from the other side. Don't believe that will be unsportsmanlike in any way.
56-52. 4.5 just under to go in this 3rd quarter. The Saints sharing the ball really well. 18 assists tonight. I know I've been banging on about it, but they averaged 14.4, second last in the league.
They have become they've been much more unselfish with the ball tonight. They're letting the basketball do a lot more of the work. Despite the fact that there have been a few of the one-on-ones, it's less of that action than we've seen in previous weeks. They're much more reliant on the spread of talent now that they have the full squad. The Saints, who do shoot 38 threes per game and one of the better shooting teams in the league. How about tonight? 14 for 22 from the 2-point line, 63% inside the arc. They are playing with a high rate of efficiency down there.
Is that a byproduct of the zone that they faced? They've just tried to pick it apart?
I think it's a byproduct of the shots that they're getting against that zone. They've been really good in following for second chance opportunities as well. But when they're patient against the zone and they attack it and they move the ball left to right, they get a much more higher quality of shot. When they're quick with it, they shoot that quick 3. That's when they've been falling into that trap and not getting the quality of look they need.
Darling misses on the first, left it short. Doing a better job of protecting the 3-point line. Opponents have been shooting 43% from deep against the Saints. And it's a much different team though from what started the season for the Wellington Saints than what is out there tonight. But that is for sure.
Very different, very different. Both teams shooting 38% from the line tonight as well.
Xavier Cooks for 3.
With Three-point line, that is. That drops a little bit for the Cooks miss. 4 minutes left here. I think the Saints are about to take control. The Rams need buckets. They really need to find a way.
Taylor Britt's been quiet, but Max Darling hasn't. 2-foot plant, two-hand finish. Max Darling operating in the paint like a beast.
They recognize the switch immediately. Kenneth Tuffin, fantastic defensive player, but not much he can do without there. Darling straight to the rack.
Misses the jumper.
Oh no.
What happened there?
Well, I think he's saying that it hit the shot clock, but we could see from our angle that it didn't hit the shot clock.
It looked like it hit the corner of the...
Yeah, that should be a made bucket. If it hits the shot clock, it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything else in the backpack, or sorry, on the backboard is fair game. And to me, it looked like it hit the top and bounced back in.
It's a really odd carom that went in. Brett with the quickness, right into Xavier Cooks. Tuffin to his right. Darnay Samuel stepping through, finds Tuffin, corner three. Xavier Cooks is fouled as well, and he'll shoot free throws. And Tommy V is really enjoying the battle with Max Darling. They're both beasts. Look at them.
Tommy's in there.
Yeah.
He likes to have a chat as well. He does not mind a chin wag on the court, enjoying himself at all times. But how about the energy and enthusiasm from Xavier Cooks in his first game off the plane? In there amongst two people, gets locked up with Karina, sealing another possession, just really putting his body on the line as he makes the first free throw. And what an addition he has been for the Saints. He has really changed the look of this squad as he goes for attempt number 2 from the Razine.
Xavier Cooks, Sydney Kings player, second team All-NBL Grand Finals MVP. Taking down the Tasmania Jack Jumpers. What a story that is in the inaugural season, making the Grand Final series, losing that best-of-5 series. Tom Vodanovic, though, he will be a breaker next season as he forces the turnover. Has it. Darnay Samuel's up ahead. Bounce pass to him. Gets it back. Bounce pass. Can't be corralled, I should say, by Tom Vodanovic. The Breakers just look like they've a little bit of pep in their step against the Rams team, undermanned, and maybe just like you said, Casey, tiring a little bit with the workload.
Yeah, I think they're starting to fatigue a bit as the lack of substitutions, the lack of a regular substitution pattern will start to take effect. Still plenty of time, and as we see the foul up top by Tuffin, the style of defense the Saints are playing, especially when in this zone, doesn't put a lot of fatigue on the Rams, so they might be able to bounce back, but this has been quite the purple patch offensively.
Just the second team foul as the subs come in for both teams, and then Tuffin just gambling on the ditch. So it's Hello is out there.
Tuffin checks out.
Nartai as well, excuse me. Taylor Britt's taking a seat. Karina Smith with the lane. Getting around Jordan Nartai.
Sione Helu is down in the paint, but he chased his man off. Didn't see the ball driving, and that allowed Britt with the easy finish.
Closes the lead to 1. What a pass. Xavier Cooks right on the button as well, but Tuffin can't get that to go down.
Cooks exactly what the Saints team needed. A guy who could facilitate, be that fulcrum of the offense and get guys involved, and he has done that so well this evening.
Off the plane midweek, steps into the starting 5. Shrink it is the call. Sunday Detch, though, puts it off the glass and in.
Well, solid defense on the switch by Darnay Samuel, but just better offense. What shot making by Detch there.
Hello finds a cutting Samuel. He misses a relatively easy shot.
Lucky not to get an offensive foul there as well, I think.
Tuffin's all over. Oh, the look away. And then the throw away. Look out if you're in that row. Karina will touch it. I thought he was going to dive for the ball there for a moment, but it will be the over and back call. It will be the Saints who have it.
And that's just such a crushing turnover. Had a scoring opportunity if he put it up. Instead, goes completely wanting, and here comes Karina chasing it down. Oh, right into your living rooms.
Nice pass. Samuel over Karina. Strong, and strength meets strength. Saints take the lead back, 60-59.
What a finish inside. That is much more difficult than he made it look there.
Sunday Ditch is going to have to pick up the scoring load here. And then it's Mike Karina, just the strength of him. Stays with the Rams.
Cook's arguing that I didn't tip it, he just lost it. But the benefit of that doubt sticks with the home team. There's nothing in this one right now. Both teams testing each other, waiting to see who's going to grab control.
And now we've got another foul called on the Saints. Basket won't count. No continuation, unfortunately, for Kaya Isaac. And it stays with the Rams. Minute 05 to go. 14 on the shot clock. On the reset.
Plenty of fouls still to give for the Saints. Just a minute left in the quarter.
Here we go. Tee it up. Tee it up. Hey, keep going. Hey.
3 on the way. Samuel with the board. Here comes Xavier Cooks. Toughen. Helu. Into a little bit of trouble. Kicks it back out. Still heaps of time on the shot clock. Dane Samuel. Karina. Strength, and it's going to be Dane Samuel winning that one. Karina with the foul.
That's a difficult matchup for Mike Karina at the top of the key without a lot of help in that situation. What you'd like to see if you're Mike Karina is your wing defenders just pinching in, taking away those driving angles. If not, for Karina, that is a lot of ball handling ability that you are on an island against at the top of the key. This time resulting in the foul. Dane Samuel looking to extend the lead and help the Saints shoot a little bit better from the free throw line, just 66% at the moment.
Dane Samuel, he's an 88% foul shooter. I love the rotation Dane puts on his shots.
Soft touch. What a soft touch he has.
Third quarter coming to a close. Isaac with the ball. Second unit out there for the Rams. Haven't seen a lot of them. Home with the youth. Who's going to score the ball? They've gone small. They have the Rams to close out this third quarter.
Big wet spot up tight there, catching everybody.
It certainly is. Saints can hold it for the last shot. Or not. Toughen. Knocks down a 3. And they're going to clean that wet spot up at the top of the key at the other end around the Rosine line.
Oh, what a finish for the Saints. That's quite lucky for them to stop the clock. They can set their defense now with 10 seconds to go, make it that much tougher. And what a finish to the quarter by Wellington. Closing periods of quarters is winning time. And they extended it here.
You're absolutely right, Casey. And they do not look like the hesitant Saints of the first and second quarter. Second quarter especially. They look like just a little bit put out by the extended pressure at half court, dropping back into that zone, but they've just bided their time. Fatigue has set in, and Toughen burns a foul there.
Oh, they called it
unsportsmanlike.
That's, oh, geez, an official has to understand the game.
That's just a player trying to burn a foul.
It's an interpretation at all times, and I understand you have to make a ball, but if you're going to call that, that is unfortunate in my estimation to make that call. Understand time and place of the game there.
Kaya Isaac.
I mean, you do, of course, it is difficult. With the new rules, you have to make a play at the ball. There has to be some play at the ball. If you just grab a guy, they can call that. By the letter of the law, that is what it's called. I think the free throw went in.
Yeah, he's not really making a play at the ball. He's just sort of slapping at him. But then that's a take foul. That's a stop the clock, reset. He had 3 team fouls.
Alas, on we go.
Unlucky. Nice little drive there. But Josh Book just lost the handle. 0.4 to go. 8.5 in the arena. Xavier Cooks, Sylvaina's option, just going to heave it out. And bubbled by Dane Samuel. And that'll do us for the third quarter. 10 minutes of basketball remaining. We'll be back with it after the break. A much better third quarter for the Saints. 65-61 is your score at three-quarter time. 25-18 is the third quarter score. And Rambo and the Rams looking a little bit tired. You can't blame them. They're missing 3 starters, reaching deep into the bench as Judd Flavel for the Rams. Max Darling and Taylor Britt and Sunday Detch carrying the load for the Canterbury Rams. Detch has 19, Darling 18, and Taylor Britt has 15. There are just so many weapons, the Saints, and they just slowly worked into the game in that third.
And it'll be interesting to see who is tired here down the stretch. You know, we've spoken about the load is being lessened by some of the guys who are stepping in for the Rams, but they've actually played their bench more minutes than the Saints have tonight. So when you're coming into this one, the Saints also have another game this weekend. They've got to think about that as well. 4-point lead now. They just have to play as desperate as they can.
Well, coming into this, excuse me, sorry, Casey, to cut you off there. The Rams coming into this game, no one is playing over 26 minutes a game. Xavier Cooks gets the role. No Ram played more than 26 minutes in that win over the Saints than Detch, who had 34, I think it was.
Yeah, huge game from him. He's had some big games this year. But that is not the case tonight.
That game was 12 days ago. They won 95-89 in Wellington. A tough shot contested. This time it falls to Cooks again. He's looking everything like a point guard now. He just goes down and he stays down.
It's going to be slippery on this court. Guys need to be careful once again.
You need to put some Fanta on the soles of your shoes, and we're just going to wipe that up. But just going back to that just quickly, that last game, the Rams had 38 bench points.
That was a much improved performance off that bench, and of course a lot of that was due to Maker coming off the bench in his first game coming over. And losing him, I think, is what has really affected the Rams this evening. His presence on the interior, gave them an added bit of size and athleticism. They could rotate those bigs out between Karina and Darling a bit more, and they are missing that this evening.
Michael Smith, he gets going from 3.
Well,
welcome to the game, Mike Smith.
He needed it. Needed to have one come.
Here's 7 now for the game, does Mike Smith. He's now 3 for 12. What can Sunday Detch do? Adanovich on him. Detch.
That's tough.
That is really tough.
That is just a tough move.
Sunday Detch with 21.
Mano, getting it done. Just shot-making ability. And Sunday, his game has expanded so well in the last few seasons.
Xavier Cooks looking for a cutter. No one's moving. Back into the post. Darling on him. Nate comes through. Darnay Samuel is met up at the rim. Oh my goodness. Hunter Adam with the rejection. The kid of the Yana singlet in the back of the shot loved it.
Hunter Adam had some excellent timing on block shots. As we see a quick replay of the celebration. But that's a couple of times this season that he has shown the bounciness and springiness at the rim to go along with the timing.
Oh my goodness.
I think they're talking about a shot clock reset now, but when you block the ball and it doesn't hit the rim, you can't have a shot clock reset.
Casey Frank just spinning facts.
Somewhat. One version of.
Mike Smith with 2 on the shot clock. Ditch lost that, and that will be another Rams turnover, unfortunately, for Judd Flavel and his team.
And they are starting to add up, in particular the unforced errors.
15 now.
And at halftime, they've done a solid job of retaining possession, but Saints just uptick then energy levels in the third quarter, changing the game.
Can you tell I'm really impressed by the assist to made field goal ratio?
You love it.
22 to 26. I've talked about it quite a bit.
Well, it's impressive.
It is impressive considering what they were like coming into this game.
It's the complete opposite of what it was, as we see Mike Smith almost step out of bounds.
And that's also the addition of Xavier Cooks, because he has a triple-double.
Is it tripped-up?
17, 10, and 10.
We didn't even mention it, as we see the charge there on Darnay Samuel.
He had 5 assists at halftime, so he's had 5 assists in that third quarter.
And here we see
Darnay just threw
Hunter Adam onto the floor.
Of Will through Hunter Adam.
How about the Hunter Adam possession there? The block, receives the charge, keeping his team in it with a chance.
Xavier Cooks has a triple-double through 3 quarters.
And we didn't even notice.
I'd like to personally apologize to Xavier Cooks for not making more of that.
He is so good. It's silly. I love this game.
Adams feeling it. He gets another rebound to Xavier Cooks.
That's a great look, though.
Who has a triple-double.
He does have a triple-double. Adding to it, rebound number 11.
Mike Smith turning the corner. Putting it up for Vodanovic.
No.
And Tom Vodanovic just pro-wrestled. Gets Taylor Britt.
Tommy V's having a great time out there.
He's having fun. He's mixing it up with Max Darling. He's throwing Taylor Britt to the floor.
He just doesn't get the ball.
You can't see either Britt or Vodanovic because of Darling.
That is wide. Maybe if you had a really widescreen TV at home, you might be able to peek around the corner, but probably not. Well, 7 minutes to go. I know that's a lot of time, but I just feel like the Rams need a possession to go their way. They need to start making inroads sooner rather than later.
Who is it going to be? It's going to be Taylor Britt and Sunday Ditch. Max Darling, Britt there.
Right over Xavier Cooks for the finish.
Certainly, Xavier Cooks, who has a triple-double. Xavier Cooks trying to drop it off, gets it back, loses it. Comes Ditch.
Stay aggressive.
Oh, upstairs, Hunter Adam. It's been his quarter.
What an insertion into the lineup. Hunter Adams been.
Why didn't we see more of him in the first half? Judd Flavel bringing Hunter Adam off, and he's been the energy guy. As the Rams close the lead to 3 now. Guy Malloy calls timeout.
Yeah, I wonder, Hunter Adams started the game, played a minute and a half. Normally, that's when you mess up defensively. The coach will pull you out at that point and set you down. But he's gotten his second chance, and he has grabbed it with both hands, just as he did that dunk there on the lob. Things getting excited for the Rams faithful as the Saints starting to feel a little bit of pressure. And remember, countback could come into this as well. The Saints +6 in goal, or Saints -6 in game 1. So the Rams have to be aware of that regardless of what happens.
I do apologize. One of the coaches did mention that. I think it was Guy Malloy. did mention it because it is going to come down to points differential, count back, whatever tiebreaker, the list of tiebreakers that they have to go through.
That's number one, though. That is number one, is the count back. So if the Saints are winning, they really need to win by 6 points because they're going to be in desperate need of some tiebreakers down the stretch.
When you're a player, Casey, are you made aware of that?
You're made aware of it in the build-up. So if things are happening this way, be aware this is what you're going to need. You don't really talk about it during the game until then you're in that point where you're like, okay, there's 2 minutes left, we're up 5. That's the kind of where it starts to come back in. But it's certainly not part of the strategy throughout the entirety of the game, just when you really need to worry about it. And it sits there in the back of your mind if you've got a good coaching staff.
Rams extend their pressure.
Missed opportunity there. Needed an early kick to Cooks on the roll, but nice active hands defensively by the Rams out of the zone, not just sitting in it.
You're not going to get much past Sunday Ditch's hands. He is an elite defender, and there is another bucket. Taylor Britt again. And he has 19 now.
On great efficiency, 8 for 11 from the field, and just attacking the rim. Not deterred by any of the defenders down there, and he's shown some clever shot-making abilities down there close to the rim.
Saints looking for the 6-point advantage to get the win as well. The win first and foremost, obviously.
Yeah, they need wins.
And Xavier Cooks is fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. No team fouls for the Rams. This time in the third quarter, they had 5. Saints have 2. Cooks bending the defense, forcing the issue, and getting the call.
Josh Book gets called for that one there. Not a ton of contact in it, but the MVP of the Aussie NBL Finals is going to get a call or 2.
He has a triple-double.
Does he have a triple-double?
Certainly does. He's got 18 now, I should say. 11 rebounds, 10 assists.
Free throw goes wanting on that one. Possibly the only area he hasn't been great. 4 for 8 now from the line.
9 of 12 overall of the Saints.
So 4 for 9.
Excuse me, 9 of 13. And
Taylor Britt again.
Taylor Britt again. That's the third team foul for the Saints. 5:35 to go.
That's going to come into play.
Rams hanging around. Judge Flavel has managed Taylor Britt's minutes fairly well here because he's come back into this fourth quarter and he is going to leave an imprint on this game.
Really, really do like what I'm seeing from Taylor Britt this evening, though. Had a quiet patch in those middle 2 quarters, but down the stretch once again.
You've just checked in to this game. Maybe you've come from the Crusaders game. Taylor Britt, Sunday Ditch, and Max Darling, the main players for the Rams. They are without the tour maker, Ryan Taylor, and Joe Cook-Green from their rotation, all out due to illness. Xavier Cook gets a great catch in the key, and that's just bread and butter for a guy like him. And the Rams have been really tough.
That was against Sunday Ditch in
Yeah.
the paint. He made it look that easy. They've got some really nice actions for post-ups from the weak side with these size mismatches that they have because of the size and versatility of their lineup.
Oh, yeah. Taylor, excuse me, is that...
That's
it
Britt
is,
again.
It is Taylor Britt.
24 now.
Taylor Britt taking over and taking the lead for the Rams in this fourth quarter.
9 for 12 from the field.
Mike Smith can't get that roll. Guess who got the rebound? It's Taylor Britt.
He is putting together a game. 4 assists, 3 steals, and that's his 3rd rebound of the game.
Britt, left hand, swiped away by Xavier Cooks. Here comes Jordan Nartai trying to step through. And Ditch gets him. And Xavier Cooks and Taylor Britt still talking as they walk down the floor.
Oh, I love it. I love the camaraderie. Here we see a beautiful block by Xavier Cooks that lets Taylor Britt know about it and comes back with laughter.
Or love.
Then the foul on the other side as Jordan Nartai strongly drives to the rim. And Nartai needs to get, it would be a good time for him to make an imprint on the game. He has yet to find the score sheet, 0 for 4 from the field in 29 minutes. One bigger in the game than this one right here.
Jordan Nartai, usually a 12.5 and a half rebound, 2.5 assist stat line for him on average. Minor college represent.
And those numbers are probably down a little bit from what you'd expect from Nartai. You know, he's a 20-point-a-game guy in this league with his skill set. He just hasn't really found the rhythm yet this year with the Saints.
Detch, Tommy V on him. Detch gets the rebound.
He's just determined.
Detch gets the 3. Sunday Detch on a Friday night at Cowles Stadium.
What shot-making ability there, and stretches out the lead. The Rams have hung around enough, doing some damage now.
He's coming up to set the action for Mike Smith.
There's the penetration in the zone. Once again, the ball just getting passed around the perimeter. Where's those sets from earlier in this game?
3 to shoot. Cooks drives.
Oh, that's a travel.
No, it's a travel. It is called on the baseline. Saints, 3:40 to go with the turnover.
And if I'm Guy Malloy, I might be calling a timeout just to reset defensively and get my mindset offensively again. Because offensively, that possession was the worst one they've had in the second half against the zone. No penetration until the very end when it was almost too late. Just passing the ball around the perimeter, no screening, without any determination. And we do have a timeout here, probably for the Rams, as they want to talk about this possession here. A bucket is huge in this game. Will put a lot of pressure on the Saints if they can get a bucket in this condition.
Certainly will be. Saints looked like they were taking it to another level, but the Rams have hung tough. Hunter Adams started the fourth quarter strong. Taylor Britt took over. Sunday Detch hit a big 3. Rams keeping this Cowles Stadium fan base intrigued to see what this next 3 minutes and 40 seconds of the game can offer.
How about Taylor Britt's efficiency? 9 for 13 from the field, 7 for 11 from 2. He is just judicious with his shot-making decisions.
Detch has 24 as well, alongside Taylor Britt. Darling, 18, who's 7 rebounds.
And Coach John Flavel put a lot of trust in some of the young players down the stretch here. Looks like Josh Book staying in the game with under 4 minutes to play in a very clutch situation.
Josh and Nick Book on this Rams team, son of Ed Book, on the staff of the Rams as well, former Tall Black centre. He's been in the trenches with Casey in the black singlet. There's Detch going to drive this time. Oh, Sunday Detch! Oh my goodness!
Not bad defense, but better offense once again. Sunday Detch puts it on his shoulders and attacks multiple defenders, gets the win.
Cooks, easy for him. Mike Karina could only stand straight up, and Xavier Cooks, that is 2 for him. He has 22 now.
So much more successful when they attack the middle of the zone.
Oh, that is too easy. I think Sunday Detch and Jordan Nartai were doing a dance.
Where's the weak side? Help. Somebody. Nartai has to get over the Tom Vodanovich. Someone has to take away that driving lane.
I think Detch had a savvy screen set on him. And he grabs at Vodanovich. And that will be just the 3rd team foul for the Rams. 2:43 to go. It's excellent discipline down the stretch here.
Well, they're really attacking the mismatch off that weak corner. As we see Vodanovich's drive right in against that weak side zone, which for the Rams has normally been a guard. And they continually run that set play to get that duck in.
Broken up by Detch and Karina.
Forcing the action. No lane there, really.
Toughen. This is going to be the call there.
Oh,
Some
my.
travel. Kenneth Tuffin gambled, went the way that Detch was going, and he moved his feet around.
I didn't see the extra step.
That looked like a block, perhaps?
Looked like if there was a travel, had to be some kind of contact. But it goes the Saints' way, still alive with 2:30 to play, but they have to convert.
Need a bucket. Bogdanovic going at Karina. Xavier Cook's trying to break that party up down low with the rebound. And the Rams get a stop. Another one.
They've gotten stagnant again, the Saints offensively. Not letting the ball do any work, just putting their head down, trying to fight through. Too tough against this defense right now.
Well, these Saints players, maybe they're starting to feel fatigue, but a turnover. Here comes Tuffin.
Oh,
Max Darling with the swat.
Tuffin thought he would be safe and not kick it ahead. Instead, rejected. That is the worst rejection I've seen since I was back going to bars in my early 20s.
Brett. Tuffin sticks with him, but Taylor Brett.
What a game.
What a game. Taylor Brett has 28.
And all on the drive. It has been shot making around the rim. He's done very little of it from the perimeter. He is 2 for 2 from out there, but all the damage has been off the bounce. And he has carried this offensive load in the fourth quarter along with Sunday Detch. 26 apiece for the two of them. I'm sorry, 28 for Britt, 26 for Detch. And now the Saints, who not too long ago were looking at a 6-point win, are suddenly looking at a 6-point deficit, not caring about count back, and just got to find out some way they can get themselves back in this ball game. Another look at Taylor Britt against Bogdanovic. Tuffin tries to help out. The step through. What footwork in the post for RU point guard.
That is just poise. Taylor Britt. It's his 2022 coming out party tonight. 28 for him. What have the Saints got out of this timeout? 91 seconds to go, down 6.
But to be fair, it is the same old story for the Saints. The Rams shooting 58% from 2, 38% from 3. They're just getting easy shots. Once again, the defense isn't doing its job. Out rebounded 34 to 29. He's been great with the assists, led of course by Xavier Cooks. 12 to 24.
Well, the next best rebound is Bogdanovic with 4. And that is well below his 13.5 he averages.
This is the possession of the ball game. No bucket here means no W.
Dane Samuel, burning clock. Nartai, here's Samuel, 3-ball, uncontested, in and out. And that just might be it for the Rams.
Switching defenses back to a man that time for the Rams made it difficult for the Saints to recognize.
Taylor Britt left Mike Smith behind, and then Mike Smith got all of Taylor Britt on the recovery.
Yeah, Taylor Britt has well and truly won this battle with Mike Smith this evening.
So Rams ball on the baseline. Taylor Britt, terrific game from him. 11 of 15. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 4 turnovers, 28 points. 3-ball in the corner.
Oh, look at that book.
That book calls game.
Just like his dad with a timely 3, although he does it with a bit more panache.
Dane Samuel and 1 stops the clock.
Not so fast as Dane Samuel. This game ain't over just yet. We are still alive. A free throw here will cut it to a 2-possession ball game and give the Saints that bit of hope that a moment ago seemed all but lost. Here's the drive. Sees the mismatch, and just such a strong player. Had to make that shot, and he does. As Mike Karina goes to the bench with, I believe, his 5th personal foul, so his evening is done.
Dane makes it a two-position game. 86-80. And that foul is called. So the Saints stop the clock with 39.9. There's 2 shots coming.
I'm a little surprised they didn't try and gamble for it a little bit more. Went for that foul quite early. But perhaps they got the guy on the line they think they can get. Detch on the season. What's he shooting, Moles?
66%.
Not a bad foul then.
Makes the first.
Except he makes it.
Well, he's at 4 or 5 in the game.
Well, big one here for the Saints. This could just about seal it as the Rams faithful look on, hopefully. What a performance by the Rams today. Short-handed, losing starters left, right, and center. The Saints team coming in full strength, adding one of the most decorated players in the NBL this season in Xavier Cooks. And they were down big late. 6 minutes to go, 6 points down, and what a turnaround for them down the stretch. It has been phenomenal.
They've held the Saints to just 15 points in this game. 27, it's by far a Rams advantage in this fourth quarter. Taylor Britt has been phenomenal down the stretch. Hunter Adam with the cameo to start the fourth. Big block.
His energy is huge. The block, the dunk.
Judd Flavel, he has managed this game really well, given that 3 starters were out. 3 quality players were out. And this Cowles Stadium crowd will go home pretty happy.
Looks like it.
They will probably, most likely, improve to 5-3 in the Sal's NBL ladder. The Saints will fall to 1-5 to remain on the 9th spot on that ladder. Still 4 more games to go in round 6. Big game tomorrow. Dane gets the roll. Just burned a couple of seconds. Still makes it interesting.
I mean, Max Darling was trying to give it to him. But those little duck-ins for the Saints have really garnered them a lot of success here in the second half.
It's another assist for Xavier Cooks. 22, 12, and 11. Dane at the line.
That's pretty good.
It is good. Saints will extend the pressure.
There's still a chance. Got a foul.
Foul on Cooks.
Xavier Cooks. It's funny because the Saints were actually trying to set up the trap once he crossed half court there.
Yeah.
Xavier Cooks was not trying to foul, but
it's a take foul given.
Didn't look like a ton of contact in there, but
according to the referee,
possibly anticipating something happening. Does Max Darling leave the door open? He does not. Still, this is the one.
This is the one. It is a
This will seal it.
2-possession game still. If he misses this one, still plenty of time. And he makes no mistake from the Rosine line for Judd Flavel and the Rams. 7 points. Mike Smith can't get that roll. Hasn't been Mike Smith's game at all, unfortunately for him.
Still another look at it. No, it wasn't bad. There's still a chance here, but the shot has to go in immediately.
Dane Samuel, it's his time. Rams come away with the ball. And they will dribble it out. That is the ball game. The Rams undermanned. What a win. They put 90 on the Saints, hold them to 83, and the Wellington Saints will fall to 1-5 in the record. Rams go to 5-3, and the faithful have come out on a Friday night, appreciated the effort. And Mike Karina and this young Rams team on the back of 28 from Sunday Detch, 28 from Taylor Britt, and 20 from Max Darling. Get the job done. Tour maker very happy. This is leaning on that crutch.
Unfortunately, he suffered a knee injury, I believe, but it'll be all smiles for him and the Rams this evening as they pick up an unexpected win. They were heavy underdogs coming into this one with all the losses and the Saints welcoming their full contingent, but they dug deep. I love their execution, and they got punched in the mouth as well. They took them, they resettled, they came back, and down the stretch in that fourth quarter, their execution was perfect, and their defensive effort was sublime.
Certainly was. The Rams get the win by 7. They beat the Saints 90-83.
If you take a look at the top scorers, look at the big three for the Rams leading the way. Detch, Britt, Darling, all over 20. And drops off from there. The Saints, all the regular names you can see there. Outside of Jordan Atai, huge rebounding game from Xavier Cooks. Possibly not enough help from the squad in support of them there. Max Darling leading the way for the Rams, and he and Karina were so important physically inside. Britt doing it with the assist as well. Just not quite as well as Xavier Cooks, who was once again phenomenal for his triple-double. A couple of blocks out there. Did he have 3 blocks as well? Goodness, Xavier Cooks.
He certainly did.
Stat stuffer.
What a debut for the Saints and Xavier Cooks. Hopping over the Tasman on the Sydney Kings and just chucking a couple of steals as well for Xavier Cooks. And it's all smiles at the Rams, the end of the court. They'll go into the night feeling good about themselves, the way they played in the second half. Here's what's to come tomorrow, and a game on Sunday. Still one more after that, but the Hawks and the Tuatara. What a game that will be. That went down to the wire the last time they met. And also the Nuggets and the Giants. That is also an intriguing matchup between those two teams. And the Bulls and the Jets. Somebody has to win that game. Bulls have fallen over a little bit after winning their first 2. The Jets looking for their first win.
Corey Webster might make his comeback in this one, but no comebacks needed for the faithful of the Rams. Excellent performance, getting a big win. The Saints do have another game this weekend on the road, so it's not done for them yet, which is pretty good sometimes to have that short turnaround. But there it is, 90-83. The Rams were fantastic on the evening.
They certainly were. They get the dub by 7.
Thank you. Cheers.